let's get our music going real quick. Silk Song, probably. Right, that would be fitting. Actually, no. How the fuck do you spell it again? This isn't a bit. I actually don't remember how to spell the name. It's Slateport, and I've just always pronounced it wrong. That's funny. We're doing a Gen 3 video, so it only makes sense to use Gen 3, music. And of course, Gen 3 music means my favorite Gen 3 song, which is Slateport. How's the RSE one sound?
$10 for a large, $10 for any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hut crust, only at Pizza Hut.
I hope I don't...
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab yours.
Lower that down on your end, lower this on mine. Eh? Eh? Yeah, that's pretty good. There we go. Don't tempt me. Anyway, hi. This is a tier list. For April Fool's Day today, I'm doing a tier list. This was a mistake. There we go. This is a tier list on Gen 3 OU, plus these 5, plus Hariyama, Kangaskhan, Pinsir, Houndoom, and Linoon. But not in terms of their viability. Because I haven't played competitive Gen 3 in like a year. And also I'm bad. So, fucking ads, stop. I don't have an ad blocker, I'm sorry. So we're using Tier Maker. So instead, I'm plagiarizing one of my favorite creators, Big Yellow, and doing a Big Yellow style tier list. I don't need this many fucking tiers. And since it's April Fool's Day, I'm gonna do a completely unrelated to April Fool's Day tier list. I had one in mind and I lost it, strangers. This sucks. This shit is so ass. There we go. Sorry, I swear to fucking God if that... What happened? Why? Why'd you do that? Now I have to reorder it. God damn it. Shit. Hariyama, Houndoom, Linoon, Kang, Pinsir. Where's Pinsir? Pinsir. There we go. Now at least the order makes more sense, because Hariyama's a lot more viable in OU than Pinsir. Oh, I should also mention, I consider Hariyama these 2 honorary OU mons of how fucking often I see them. I like Linoon, and then these 2. My cursor is being picked up, right? I don't know that my cursor is being picked up. I'm circling Kangaskhan and Pinsir. These two are, here because I like using them in Gen 3 OU. As I don't feel like missing Megahorn, and... How do I even describe what Kang does? Kang is just like a weird breaker. Because I don't want to use Lax. Or any of the actually good breakers in this tier. Also, expect a lot of Suicune slander, and also Celebi slander. I don't like those two. As a matter of fact, these two can sit next to each other, because I don't like them. Okay. Let's delete, like, half of these tiers, because I don't need them. Yet. I will come to regret this later. Yeah, let's start here. So the situation will be... It should be fitting. It needs to be fitting for our narrative. I couldn't tell if Tenno was overlapping the scroll bar. This is obviously this is unscripted. I have made a decision. I unpaused to give my prompt, and then immediately forgot. Immediately forgot. Immediately. Embarrassing. Also, I switched for Bio Water, because Bio Water is a lot less maddening. Okay. I was about to say related. I mean, you know what? Ew, why is it orange? Disgusting. Anyway, this is first date. That's the idea. It's where they take you on first date. Fucking God. I love Tier Maker. So we have the one where they take you to Bio Water. Oh my fucking God. I'm good at this. No. There we go. So someone's bringing you to Bio Water. I have a I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are on this list. Where are you? I have a feeling I know who that is. But still. So yeah. This is first dates. How cozy, how happy. Well, I'm gonna start very cliche with it. This is just because I've been reading cozy shit recently. I have a genre preference. I mean, biases... Actually, I'm going to start with a very important tier. And no. I'm not going... For now, I'm not going to humor a doesn't bring you. You know, I'm not going to use you as in you, the viewer, or you, the person making the tier list. Me. Because, like, there's a reason these three idiots are all up here now. Like, a coffee shop is chill. The classic one is... I don't get this one. Like, don't you want to, like, get to know the person you're dating? You're not supposed to talk in a movie. Dumb. Whatever. I'm chronically single, so I'm an authority on this topic, obviously. I'm bad at Gen 3 OU and haven't played it in a year, and I'm single. Basically, the perfect authority on this topic. And then... fuck it. It's April Fool's Day. I'm bad at spelling words, if you couldn't tell. Okay. I'm gonna just start with I call them the big three. These three aren't necessary. Well, T-Tar kind of is, but, you know, my biases. So, I should start with the characters on these three. I mean, the easiest one is Swampert. Now, obviously, this tier sounds bad. BioWater sucks, if you've played it. And even if you haven't, it's called BioWater. Doesn't exactly sound very pleasant. But listen. Swampert is just like a good-ass man. Like, is he probably high off his mind? Oh, almost certainly. But, like, he's well-meaning. He's kind of doing his equivalent to this. It's just that his room is, like, one of the, like, big shell, or the big, like, domed homes in the background of Bilehaven. Bilehaven. So instead, he just hangs out with you in BioWater. And it's, like, not unpleasant. Because Swampert's not unpleasant. Swampert's just chill. But, yeah. You know, I now I mean... I was about to be like, oh yeah, Fortress. I mean, Fortress is kind of this one, but I feel like I can do better with Fortress. For reference, you know. Anyway. T-Tar, I always like to think of T-Tar as a softie. Like, I know that it's a big, angry, Godzilla-based, technically, dark type and all that. But, like, come on. Look at him. He seems so nice. Like, he's scary, but... Here's the thing. You'd think it would be this one, but this, you have to remember, this is Gen 3. Tyranitar hasn't had... like, what, 25? It's been, like, how long has it been since Gold and Silver? I know it's been 30 years since Red and Blue, or Red and Green. Since Red and Green. Was it 99 for GSC? In Japan? It's been close to 30 years. This is before Tyranitar had as close to 30 years of basically straight ruling OU. This is his second gen. He's still a little bit wet around the ears. He's still chill. So what I think... This is like maybe Gen 9 T-Tar? After, like... For reference, if you couldn't pick up these three together. This is Gen 9 T-Tar after these two are still together, but Fortress got arrested for violating at least one of the Geneva Conventions. Aerodactyl, know your fucking place. But this is Gen 3 T-Tar, and I don't think Gen 3 T-Tar has the confidence to bring their date to one of these. Nor the money, really. Like, yeah, T-Tar gets results, but also, like, T-Tar's pretty volatile. There's a lot of brick breaks and focus punches in this cast list, and Tyranitar is not living any of them. So, you know. Though now that I think about it, I don't think T-Tar's info dumping. I think T-Tar's just bringing you to, like, a nice coffee shop they frequent. Just because it's pleasant. Yeah, that's better. I'm skipping Fortress, because I don't think I have a good enough tier for Fortress yet, but I want to, you know, fill out the tiers before I add more. Who's bringing you to an... Oh, yeah, Snorlax. Snorlax has been in OU for 3 gens straight, and is coming straight off the high of fucking Gen 2, where he rules that tier with an iron fist. Like, I don't think he's mean. It's Snorlax. It's hard to imagine Snorlax being mean. But, like, Snorlax is a bit up his own ass, you know? Like, he knows he's hot shit. And he has money from being hot shit. It's an info dumper. I have to ignore Alakazam. For reference, Alakazam is the cutoff. Who else can I do I feel like plays? Who brings it to a move? Oh, wait. Okay, so Charizard is like a celebrity, like a big shot. He's not necessarily like a bad person, but also like, I thought that would fix the scroll bar. It didn't. Ugh. I'm a fucking professional, folks. Anyway, I should find a better way to record this. Anyway, whatever. So, nice. Down at all now, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, Charizard's a up his own ass, really rich celebrity. Actually, no, he just brings you in a really nice restaurant. He'd act like he's doing the equivalent of this, but you know, there's a lot more pressure with this one. It's very expensive and shit. Like, he's covering the bill. Both of these two are covering the bill. There's only maybe one Pokemon in this list who I'd imagine actually would foot you with the bill if they could afford it here. Are there any movie people? What's Heracross doing? Heracross is caught my... Actually, no, let me... I'm tired of waiting. Let's quickly get Fortress over with. Fortress's first date idea of a first date is just bringing you to, like, his nefarious lab and just injecting you with something, basically. That... And just seeing what happens. Like, I'll probably brew you, like, some tea or something. Like, you'll talk. It won't be very reciprocative, but, you know. This tier is just for, Fortress. Actually, wait. Wait, no, Starmie's an alien. These two do very different science. Fortress is injecting you with, like... God only knows what. Starmie... With Starmie, it's like some weird invasive alien surgery. Surgery to just steal your DNA. Oh, wait. I just thought of an awful one. I don't know if people actually do this, but I just thought of 3 people who are absolutely doing this. Okay. So there are 3 genres of this one. So genre 1. So Metacham is like one of those obnoxious, like, the specific flavor of vegan that, like, tries to convert you, if you know what I mean. You know the type. Like, borderline vegan teacher. That's Metacham. So yeah, Metacham is like a health and wellness nut. Except they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And are an asshole. With all this negativity, you'd think I'd have a bad experience with Metacham. No, you. I've basically never faced them. Anyway. So Metacham's fucking insufferable, and they're taking you to the gym. And being very passive-aggressive about it. Like, you wonder why you asked them out in the first place. Category 2. Category... Where is he? There he is. Category 2. Heracross is just a gym rat. Heracross is this tier's gym rat. I mean... Like, so are, like, Aerodactyl and Hariyama and... probably Kang. But, like, Heracross is a gym rat. But, like, /positive gym bro. Like, Heracross's hobbies are, like, working out, bench pressing. Like, Heracross is, like, basically a fucking bodybuilder. And then... and is just trying to share his passion and hobbies with you. And then there's genre 3. Pinsir just doesn't know better, dude. Pinsir and Heracross are like workout buddies. The difference is that Heracross is doing this to share their passion with you. Pinsir is broke. And does, like, only has a gym membership and, like, doesn't know what else to do with people. So Pinsir's just like, yep. Hey, I'm going to the gym. Want to come with? and is, like, very awkward about it. Like, unlike Metachamp, Pinsir's still well-meaning. It's just that, like, you know... Who does info dumps to you? Okay. So what Skarmory does counts as info dumping. Skarmory is just communicating to you their fucking evil plans, their evil schemes, their horrible evil setup system to help. Like Skarmory is weird. Skarmory is like second in command to a cartoon villain. Except there's not an actual cartoon villain for them to be second in command to in this tier. Like, if I had to propose a cartoon villain from this cast list, I mean, I don't want to be rude, I don't want to typecast, but, like, I imagine I'd probably pick, like... I don't even know who I'd pick. Maybe, like... I don't know, like Haunter? I don't know. Skarmory doesn't have anyone to be a henchman to, so they just have to info dump their stupid little trap ideas to you. Actually, I think Magneton's in the same boat. The thing is, for one thing, Magneton's already a thruple. Dugtrio's similar. There's just a very important distinction between the two. A very important distinction between these two. Dugtrio doesn't actually go in this tier, I'm just saying it one of these two. Magneton is weird. Magneton's a weirdo. Get out of here. Like, Dugtrio's pretty normal. They're chill. Magneton is like 3 vaguely self-aware AIs that are constantly bickering and trying to, you know, do something. Like, Skarmory's charming. Magneton feels vaguely concerning, especially if you have, like, metal on your person. If you do, then they're actually just entrapping you because of Magnet Pull. Oh, wait. Yeah, Blissy's a fucking doctor. Blissey has a... Here's the thing. Blissey has a doctorate? Blissey has a doctorate and just goes to the coffee shop to chill. She's her bringing you to her favorite coffee shop is kind of the equivalent of what Heracross does at the gym. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I know what Claydol does. Claydol brings you to a movie. Because Claydol is an old-ass robot that, like, is self-aware, but hasn't gone through, like, the character arc to be, like, properly its own person yet. So it's still largely running off of, like, training data. And bringing someone to a movie for a date, for, like, a first date, is such, like, a cliche thing that they're just doing it off of their training data and doesn't know any better. Which is a shame, like, poor Claydol. Poor this idea I have for... Oh, wait, there's one more who's also in coffee shop tier, I just thought about it. Kanga's a single mother. Obviously. Look at her. She'd bring you to a coffee shop, partially so she can just, like, wrangle her kid. But, so, like, you know, she can just pick up her kid after, you know? Like, she probably can't afford this because she's a Yuyumon. She objectively shouldn't be here. But still, she's relevant. She's part of the friend group. She's here because she's chummy with T-Tar, Swampert, and Fortress. She's here because she's invited to the grill out. The gorilla all these idiots host. It should probably hit on the legendaries. Actually, wait, before I do this, there's another Bio-Waterite. I think there's only 2 true Bio-Waterites. Maybe 3. So Swampert brings you to Bio-Water because he lives there. Milotic brings you to Bio-Water because she used to live there. She knows all the good spots. Assuming there are good spots in Bio-Water. She knows the closest thing to good spots. She's like, I can show you, like, this cozy spot in, like, some slightly less dingy, dismal corner of Bio-Water. And then Celebi cheats. Celebi brings you to Bio-Water and is just like, hey, bro, watch this. And then sends you back in time to before Bio-Water was like, shitty and exhaust polluted. Like, does the Lost Verdania equivalent, but for Bio-Water? Because I'm pretty sure it is all but stated, if not exactly stated, that Bio-Water used to not suck, and Celebi can time travel. So, you know, Celebi just sends you back to when Bio-Water wasn't shitty. And it's like, let's hang out in this cool swamp cave! Yay! And Celebi fucking kicks you into a lake. I don't know. I don't trust Celebi. Anyway. Actually, okay, wait, there is one more. No, there isn't. I had a tier in mind, but then I realized, oh wait, the other 2 Bio-Waterites. One second, actually. Let me do this. There we go. There we go, just so people know what the tier list is. Because I am going to post this on Tumblr after I'm done with this. Oh, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm pretty sure another pretty common one is just, like, just go and hang out like a mall or an arcade. I think. I'm definitely just saying... I'm definitely doing an arcade because I know exactly who's arcade-pilled. So, let's start with the most obvious one, or what I feel is the most obvious. Metagross is arcade-pilled. Fucking look at this guy. Metagross has, like, all the... Metagross is a professional fighting game player. Just to get started. Like, this guy goes to EVO and fucking wins. Metagross is weird and is just, like, good at everything. He's that sort. But he likes going to the arcade, you know. Slotting in a few quarters, you know. Who else is arcade-pilled? Is anyone else arcade-pilled? I can't place, but I feel like Jolt is probably also arcade-pilled. I can't place why, though. It just feels right. You know, I really want to place Flygon, just because I have such, like, a... I'm not putting her in Bio Water. So, like, in my mind, Flygon's kind of just, like, an endearing, like, brat character. You know the vibe. I can't place why, it's just the vibe I get from her. And I'm trying to figure where she goes. Is she info dumping? Is she an info dumper? Oh my god, wait, no. She brings you to a movie, and then, like, is talking with you the whole time. Or actually, wait, no, wait. So Claydol brings you to a movie theater, and is quiet the whole time. Flygon brings you to her home to watch a movie with you, and talks with you the whole time. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. The two levitating grounds are both movie-pilled. Are there any, like, easy ones that I haven't... Oh, yeah, Linoon. Linoon, to me, is very, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee. So Linoon is also just taking you to a coffee shop, just because... May as well. You needed his coffee anyway. Okay, I just thought of a small series of them. So this is going to be the next two. So there's takes you to a live sporting event, and then takes you to an underground fighting ring. These may sound completely different. I was about to say these may sound kind of similar. Probably not. That's just my stupid brain talking. But let me just put the people here first, and then explain. Hariyama, he's just like a big dad who likes sports. Sports, who takes you to the baseball game. Simple as. Cloyster. Cloyster's part of a secret fight club to afford whatever the fuck he's smoking to be making that face just ambiently. And he takes you there because he doesn't realize that this isn't normal. Example 2. Aerodactyl has fucking killed a man. Like, he's mostly chill. But also, he every, like, weekend goes down to the local fight ring and rips off someone's head. Like, that's just what Aerodactyl does, and he takes you to watch. And God only hope that the time he takes you down there to watch him fight, isn't the time that he doesn't win. And then Salamence just really likes football. It's a lot less... I feel like there's a lot less vibes than the baseball game you're going to with there's a third one. There's a third one. No, that's not a live sporting event. Oh, wait. Okay, well, here's the thing. This is purely vibes. I think Houndoom takes you I think... I don't know if I said Houndoom. I think Breloom takes you bowling. But, like, I don't want to add just bowling. I mean, I guess it's live sporting. Because it's sport. Bowling is technically a sport. Does it count, though? Because it's not like a bowling tournament. It just takes you bowling. Like, part of me wants to put this as an arcade because bowling, for some reason, just feels arcadey to me. I mean, I added does science to you just for Fortress. Just for Fortress. I think I can add... Nope. I think I can add... Because I think I can just filter out everyone else between the current tiers. I'm gonna call it bowling. No. They take you bowling. I think that's Breloom. Breloom's really into bowling. I think so is... I feel like so is Doug Trio. Don't ask how that works. Is there anyone else who feels... What are the vibes on these last 7? What do you do, Houndoom? What do you do? Is Houndoom coffee shop pill? Oh, wait. Dude, I forgot to do the overly nice restaurant. Dude, Zapdos has fuck you money. Like, Zapdos has a fuck you amount of money. Like, Zapdos is disgustingly rich. Rich, and Zapdos is bringing you to a nice restaurant. This is as opposed to Zapdos' shitty brother Moltres. I say shitty brother. I think Moltres is also coffee shop pilled. But, like, the difference is that Moltres actually is, like, the owner of the building. Moltres runs the place. It's just that they also take you there because they know it's good, because they made the menu, you know? So Moltres is, like, advanced coffee shop. Jirachi, you've been staring at me funny. What do you do? Is Jirachi a gamer? Oh my god. Okay. Here's what Jirachi does. Jirachi says, oh, we're going to the arcade. And then she takes you to what can loosely be described as an arcade, and then proceeds to exclusively... I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. Jirachi has a gambling addiction. I'm trying to get that Jirachi has a gambling addiction. But, like, can't really justify bringing you to a casino? Because that would be inherently off-putting, I feel. I feel like taking... Again, this is just someone who's never dated anyone ever. I feel like taking your first date, especially to a casino, is kind of trashy. Especially if you're there to gamble. So Jirachi goes to an arcade and still finds a way to gamble. Number 4. Gyarados, how have I not placed you yet? Gyarados is just like an upstanding guy. I think Gyarados would take you to a nice restaurant. Oh, wait, I remember. Actually, before I explain Gyarados... Because I'm indecisive on Gyarados. Remember when I mentioned that there was one person who would take you to a fancy restaurant and then foot you with the bill? That's Suicune. That's fucking Suicune. Suicune will be lovely and sweet to you the entire evening. Just a downright saint. And then we'll, like, walk out on the check. Like, they can afford it. They just walk out on the check. And don't pay. And leave you to pay. Suicune only accepted your date as an excuse to try and swindle you into giving him free food. I feel like Houndoom looks like they'd be they'd be this, but I'm sorry, I just get mad, like, goth guy or girl who's, like, just really into a chill coffee shop vibe from Houndoom. Which, this tier list is getting very this-pilled, but, like, I'm sorry, it's just the vibes I get from Houndoom, I'm sorry. And then there were two, Gengar, okay, wait, I already know what Gengar's doing. Actually, okay. Okay, I feel like Gyarados is more pressing. Oh, wait, I never explained Doug Trio Bowling. Basically, Doug Trio has to entertain four people. Doug Trio, Doug Trio, Doug Trio, the three of them, and then you. Bowling is just a good-ass group activity. So, like, their vibe check of, oh, do we vibe with you, is just, like, taking you to go bowling at the local bowling alley. Maybe get a few drinks if they have a bar there. And that's lovely. It's delightful. It's delightful. I don't know why. I can't really place it. I think Gengar's an info dumper. Why is Gengar an info dumper? So Gengar used to be kind of shitty. Like, kind of a dick. But I feel like Gengar at this point is just, like... Because in this gen, Gengar's mostly a defensive support mon. So Gengar is just, like, redeeming themselves from when they were shitty and evil and mean and a breakery thing. So now, Gengar is just like, yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, do you want to hear it? This one's explaining evil plans. This one is... They're info dumping about something, though you can't really follow it, because there's three of them at once. Gengar is, like, just telling you crazy stories from his days back in Gen 1 and 2. I don't know if Gengar's actually viable in Gen 2, I'm just assuming he is. And then finally, Gyarados. Is Gyarados taking you to work out? Gyarados might just take you to work out. Actually, I'm going to change the live sporting event to a sporting event. Move the two bowling. These two are bowling. Actually, no. No, because these two are very specifically like a live sporting event. That's what these two are. I've realized what it is. Like, the cliche of, like, oh, blank likes nice long walks on the beach. I think Gyarados just takes you to the sea. This is another one kind of like Milotic and, no, this one can get yellow. Like, Milotic is from Biowater, but moved to the sea? Milotic is taking you to see their old town, the old home they lived in beforehand, because they have nostalgia there. And also they know all the good spots, and the beaches can be kind of dull. Gyarados only knows the sea. And that's kind of awesome. Anyway, that'll be all for this time, strangers. I hope you enjoyed this stupid fucking tier list. Good night.